Have you ever stood in front of a door, a real one, and hesitated? Maybe it was the door to a job interview or a new opportunity. Maybe it was a door to a meeting that could change everything. Maybe it was a door to a room full of people you weren't sure you belonged with. Your hand is on the handle, your heart is racing, and even though you know the door is open for you, something inside you whispers, are you sure you're ready? That's the moment that hesitation is exactly what stepping into a new season feels like. And if you're listening to this right now, chances are you're standing in front of a door that got open and you're trying to find the confidence to walk through it. Welcome back to CreelTalk. I'm glad you're here, ready for another conversation that meets you right where life is unfolding. Over the past few weeks, we've talked about waiting well, building momentum, staying consistent, and finding clarity when everything around you feels loud. And all of that has been leading us to this moment. The moment when clarity turns into opportunity. Because here's the truth, sooner or later, life presents you with an open door, a chance, a shift, an invitation into something new. Even when you prayed for it, prepared for it, and dreamed about it, stepping through that door can still feel intimidating. That's why today's conversation is important. We're talking about how to walk through open doors with confidence, how to recognize opportunities when it shows up, how to silence the fear that tries to hold you back, and how to step boldly into the space you were made for. This isn't about taking action, it's about trusting yourself, trusting your growth, and most importantly, trusting the timing of your life. So settle in, take a deep breath, and while you're here, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you stay connected as we keep growing through these seasons together. The first thing I want to address is how to recognize the door. Not every opportunity look alike. Sometimes open doors don't look shiny or obvious. They don't always come with a sign that says, "This is it." Sometimes they look like a conversation you didn't expect, a chance that feels slightly uncomfortable, a shift that disrupts your routine, a nudge you just can't explain, a moment that scares you just enough to pay attention. Open doors often show up disguised as responsibility, challenge, or change. And if you're waiting for the perfect moment, the one where you feel 100% ready, you might miss the very thing you've been praying for. Confidence begins with awareness. You can't walk through a door you don't recognize. I remember once being invited to speak at an event and I felt completely unqualified for it. The doors was wide open. The opportunity was real, but almost everything in me talked myself out of it. Isn't it funny how we pray for doors to open and then doubt ourselves as they do? I just remember being drawn back to my Bible, and Revelation 3, verse 8 said something like this to me. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. I remember that speaking to me so much in that season, but I noticed something. God opens the door, you still have to work through it. Open doors don't eliminate fear, they actually expose it. And to me, I realized that's where confidence is actually born. Here's the truth most people don't say out loud. You rarely feel ready for the opportunity that matter. You never feel ready. Readiness, in my opinion, is a myth. Growth happens after you step through the door, not before. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's a decision to move anyway. My friend, if you're listening to this and you're relating because you're probably in that season where you see an open door, but fear is holding you back, I will encourage you to ask yourself this. What if the discomfort I feel is actually preparation? What if the fear I feel is a sign that this matters? What if I'm more ready than I think? You don't need perfect readiness, you need willingness. The next thing I want to talk about is this: silence the voice that makes you shrink. Every open doors comes with noise, internal and external. Internal noise sound like this: what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough for this? What if I'm not qualified? Can I just tell you something? The heroes you look up to felt unqualified. None of us are born with confidence straight out of the womb. Is developed. And you are in the season of developing that confidence. You are in the season of qualifying yourself. External noise sound like this: other people's doubt, other people's expectation, other people's opinions. Confidence grows when you stop letting fear narrate your story. You don't have to silence every voice forever, just long enough to take the next step. Quick shout out to everyone who's been supporting CreelTalk. If you've been rocking with us and you want to represent the movement, we've got new merch now available. Every piece was created with intention: hoodies, tees, pieces that speak to growth, purpose, and real conversations just like this podcast. Grab something that inspires you or gift it to someone who is on their own growth journey. Get really good at remembering what you've survived. Confidence isn't built from hype, it's built from history. Think about the doors you've already walked through in the past, the challenges you've overcome, the seasons you've survived, the moment you previously thought would break you, but didn't. The growth you didn't see coming. You have evidence of your strength already in your past. You have proof of your resilience. You have a track record of getting back up. You can do it now too. When you forget who you are, fear wins. When you remember who you are, confidence rises within you. Think about a runner at the starting line. They're nervous, the heart is pounding, but they're not afraid of the race. Why? Because they've trained for this. My friend, you've trained for this life. You've trained for this opportunity you're finding yourself right in front of. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's evidence. It's the quiet knowing that the slow season taught you something. The setback straightened you. The waiting shaped you. The challenges you had, they prepared you. Every season you've survived was training for the door you're standing right in front of now. You're not stepping into a new season unprepared. You're stepping into it fully equipped. So now let's talk about this. Take one step at a time, not all of them. Walking through an open door doesn't mean you need to know what's on the other side. You don't need the whole blueprint. You don't need the entire plan. You just need the next step. Confidence grows through movement, not contemplation. Make the call, send the email, apply for the opportunity, say yes, show up. One step creates momentum. Momentum creates clarity, and clarity creates confidence. Have you ever driven down a dark road at night? Your headlight don't show the whole journey. They just show the next few feet. But that's enough to keep moving. Here's another thing I remember. Psalm 119, verse 105 says this: Your word is a lamp to my feet. A lamp doesn't illuminate the whole path, it gives you just enough to take the next step. Sometimes God doesn't give us the full plan because we'll overthink it. He gives us the next step because that's all we need to know to move forward. Confidence grows when you stop waiting for the full blueprint and start moving with the piece you do have. Trust that you belong in the rooms you enter. Imposter syndrome is loud when you're stepping into something new. But here's the truth: you didn't stumble into this door by accident. You didn't get here by luck. You didn't arrive here uninvited. You belong in the room your growth leads you to. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's standing in the truth that you're capable, prepared, and worthy of the opportunities in front of you. Take a deep breath. Think about the doors in front of you right now, the one you've been circling, questioning, or quietly hoping for. What if this is your moment? What if this is the shift you've been prepared for? What if the only thing standing between you and the next chapter is the courage to step forward? You don't have to walk through the door with perfect confidence. You just have to walk through it with honest courage. Confidence grows on the other side. As we close this episode, remember this: open doors don't always wait for you to feel fearless, they don't wait for you to feel willing. Every step you take through an opportunity shapes you into someone more grounded, more capable, and more aligned with the future you're building. Confidence isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting the growth that's already happening inside of you. Consider this a reminder that you're allowed to work through it boldly. If this conversation encouraged you, let me know. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It helps us grow this community and keeps you connected as we keep navigating these seasons together. I did like to hear from you in the comments. What open door are you preparing to step into? And make sure you join me for the next episode. I plan on discussing how to recognize when your season is changing. Because opportunity don't just appear, they shift your season. And knowing when your season is changing can be the difference between staying stuck and stepping into your next level. You won't want to miss it.